Hey guys, I'm just doing a video because I just bought this ring light, so I'm like, let me see how this shit look because I've been I never had a phone stand doing phone videos. I always had to hold the phone. I always had to be in front of the light or wait till I'm in my car. You know what I mean? So I'm glad I got this light. It looks really good. All right, so where my weed at? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Mm, mm, mm. I got some pineapple wine. What you call them? Look at my ugly sheet hanging in the background, y'all. I actually bought. Where my shit go? I got a tapestry. Where the fuck I put it? It's probably downstairs. But I bought a tapestry. It's one of those like beautiful Zen tapestries. Like all of a sudden, I'm into tapestry. I don't know. I started looking at it because I was trying to find ways to like decorate my room, decorate my daughter's room, the living room, just try to spruce up the place, add a little pizzazz. And so I started looking up tapestry, and I was looking at all the different ones that they have. Really, really cool ones that look like a window overlooking a city. So I was gonna put it right, right here, and I think the Zen tapestry, I'm gonna put that up over this ugly ass sheet that I got hanging back here. Um, I was supposed to get some curtains, but I ended up getting them. So this is a little ghetto look. So I'm going to take the tapestry, the Zen tapestry. It's really gorgeous. I'm going to take it and then put it over the top of this shit and then put my Belizean flag up there. You know what I'm saying? And cover over it, that. And that's pretty much that on that. So anyways, guys, while I'm rolling up this herbal essence. Where's my rosebuds at? Yeah, let me get some rosebuds because I like to mix my weed up with different herbs. You know what I'm saying? I put a little bit of tobacco in there sometimes. Um, I be using like mugwort, lavender, powdered bay leaves. Um, what else I be putting? I be doing all different type of herbs, but I smoke rosebuds. Blue lotus is my favorite. Actually, matter of fact, I need to order some more. I love the blue lotus. That shit was good. It was cool. It helped me with my dreams, helped me with my readings, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, so I got this and let me get my rosebud. Yeah, so this and this. That's what we're gonna smoke. We're gonna smoke that. So yeah, I like to have the I actually yeah, I don't feel like getting up. Fuck it. Um I buy a bag of assorted herbs from Amazon, like a smokable herb blend. It'll have like skullcap, mullein, lavender, licorice, that type of thing, clove. I just started smoking herbal cigarettes. Cause I'm trying to like stop smoking Newports, and I was more of like a social smoker, but I found myself kind of buying packs. But the thing about me is that I always have what I call a party pack. I would practically, really honestly, just give most of my cigarettes away anyway. I'll probably smoke maybe seven or eight out of the pack, but the rest I would give it to people. And so I didn't mind sharing them motherfucking cancer sticks. Okay, I didn't mind doing that, but when you're drinking and stuff, like the alcohol and the cigarettes just kind of go together. Especially if you're going out, you want to go outside with your drink. You just happen to smoke a cigarette. Oh, it's just kind of go together, So I was like, let me just stop. And I know that like when you buy a pack versus like buying Lucy's and shit, when you buy a pack, you kind of like unconsciously you would start chain smoking just because you know that it's there, which is the reason why I was giving away. So I said, you know what, let me stop. So January I slowed down a lot on my cigarettes. I slowed down a lot, and I was smoking most of 2020. I was pretty much smoking cigarettes, but it wasn't like as bad, like a pack a day type of shit. It wasn't like that. But yeah. Let me open this shit up. So, anyways, y'all can roll up with me, because what we're gonna do tonight, while I'm trying out this ring light, and I'm liking how I'm looking on it. How y'all doing? I was playing. No, I'm saying like this is what we're gonna talk about tonight. And this has been heavy on my spirit. I be talking to my spirits. It may appear that I'm talking to myself. I know people probably think I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Uh, but I like to have conference calls. I like to have conference calls with spirit. With my spirit guides, and we be cutting up. We be having little. This is black charcoal. Sorry, I had some black charcoal in my cup, so that's what that is. You could brush your teeth with activated black charcoal, and you could drink it before and after shots. Catch that tea, right? Alrighty. Shout out to New Life Tools. He put me onto that. Shout out to my brother. My brother from another mother. I'm gonna put a little bit of tobacco, just a little bit of tobacco in it. That's it, and that's all. So today we're gonna talk about this. Been heavy on my spirit. Like I said, we're gonna talk about what am I gonna say? I want to call this the Narc Chronicles, to be honest. But I think that this is a topic that, because you can find like a plethora of videos on narcissist woo. I mean, there's so many videos, right? Especially when you first start watching the shit. So many different videos. But no, I don't think anybody has tackled this particular topic. I don't think so. So I think I'm gonna. I think what I'm gonna do is. I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to name it after that, like something like that. Um. All right. So now when we start the video, skip to 7:33, 7 minutes 33 seconds. All right, y'all. Here we go. So the topic of today is about narcissism, and it's about dealing with narcissism while being being a spiritual warrior. Okay. Um. So the topic that I think that is not really talked about, because I have searched on YouTube and I couldn't find it, is that narcissists and other personality disorders, especially them, narcissists, they like to downplay and what's the opposite of downplay? Exaggerate. They like to downplay and exaggerate their relationships and friendships. Let me tell you why. Okay, because this is what I've been. This is just an honest observation. No tea, no shade. It's just something that I noticed, and when I notice some little weird shit, I'm gonna make my adjustments. It ain't gotta be no beef, but I'm gonna make my fucking adjustments. I'm gonna move accordingly because it's only right. Uh, it's only right. People would like to exaggerate their relationships with people, but it's really based off of who is the best grade A supply. It's really based off of who can feed into their delusions more, who's more of an active participant in their alternate reality that they create for themselves. So this is this is I'm gonna do like a little story time. Damn, I guess I'm gonna have to smoke some black charcoal. Yeah, goddamn. It's failing my blood. Um, so what ended up happening was okay, and another thing I want to add to that topic. Okay, they like to downplay their relationships with people. Like first, when they get with somebody, like a lot of people say during the love bombing phase and the re-idealization phase that you have after breaking a no contact with a narcissist, they start to re-idolize you again. Woo, woo, woo. Now, narcissists, they can wear a mask for a long time. I've noticed that with a lot of narcissists these days, they're infiltrating the spiritual community. They're infiltrating the narc abuse survivors fucking community, dating life coach community, whole tip community. Shit, the whole tip community is fucking tainted, full of dumb motherfuckers. I mean, oh my God. Like, oh my God. I left that motherfucker years ago. I'm so glad I did. But anyway, you know, it's a lot of narcissists that are trying to do this new thing, right? They're trying to do this like fake enlightenment. Oh, I change and this, that, and the third. And all of a sudden you start noticing them speaking on shit that they never gave a fuck about before. Never gave a fuck about before. And all kind of other stuff. Because I believe narcissists have a divine purpose on this planet, and their divine purpose is for the empath spiritual development. I know that sounds like, like goddamn, why I gotta be that? But yeah, that's what it is. They're here to sharpen you. You know what I'm saying? They're here to sharpen you. Their shadow self is challenging your shadow self. That's how I see it. Their inner child is throwing a tantrum, trying to challenge your inner child. Okay, like a bully on a playground or something. Um, like I said, they exaggerate their relationships, but they only exaggerate it based off of if the person is a good lackey, if the person's a good sidekick, and they kiss their asses and they do this, that, and the third. They're like, yeah, I like him. See, they only gonna gravitate towards the people that are gonna give them the energy that they feel they should have. So I be having narcissists like come around me and they be trying to act like they on my level. They be like, oh, I'm on this spiritual shit too, like in a way, in a light kind of way. Um, they be kind of like trying to act like they really trying to change, but I'm realizing that it really was just a mask. In my experience, in my experiences, it was really just a mask. It was just a mask. Um, and then the whole idealization phase, the things that they like about you. Oh, what people be like, oh, Cassie, I like how you keep it real. Everybody likes how I keep it real until I start calling people out on they bullshit. And then all of a sudden, you don't like how I'm real no more. That's why I kind of don't really pay attention to certain compliments people give me, because in my mind, I have to filter it out because I know that they full of shit, okay? And that as soon as I'm like, yeah, you like how real I am now, but when I tell your ass about yourself, or I tell you that you wrong in this situation, I'm going to be your biggest fucking enemy of the world, right? So, and I also notice so that's another point. So they exaggerate their relationships. They'll, based off of who can feed into their delusions, who can feed their ego better. That's really what the name of the game is. If you give them the right, the attention and the validation that they want, it's you good. You know what I'm saying? If you give them that type of validation. So that's the first point. The second point is that narcissists purposely, they want you to be jealous. They'll go out their way. They'll go out their way. Where am I light at? Anyways, they'll go out their way to try to make somebody jealous by constantly trying to one up the person, talking about what they have, this, that, and the third. They want somebody to be jealous of them so bad. They can't, if you're not jealous of a narcissist, oh my God, they're going to come for you. Oh my God, they're going to come for you like nobody's fucking business. You understand? But then at the same time, if they hanging around motherfuckers that's jealous, because they want motherfuckers to covet them. They want motherfuckers to be jealous of them. And when they are jealous of them, they go and they complain about, oh my God, this jealousy. Oh my God, people are so jealous of me. And it's just like, let me move my phone. My phone move. And it's just like, bitch, what? Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, It's like, do you want people to be jealous? You want people to be jealous or not? Like, which one? You can't complain about it when that's what you try to do. Now, me, I'm not. I know jealousy is a natural emotion. Nobody should be ashamed of it. But I'm gonna just say I'm probably the most least jealous person because I mind my own business. I don't compare myself to anybody. But every fucking person I came across that I had run-ins with were narcissists. Okay, narcissists had narcissistic tendencies, codependent enablers, flying motherfucking monkeys, borderline personality, bipolar, tripolar, quadpolar. And that's the recurring theme. They constantly have to puff their chest out and big themselves up. And that is really just a coping mechanism. Okay? That's many types of coping mechanisms that they have. Um, and then what would be the third point? I guess I'm going to do it like this. So the first point I'm going to say, uh, they like to exaggerate their relationships. Second point, they like to downplay their relationships. Third point, they want you to be jealous of them. And the fourth point would be narcissists mirroring your energy in order to harvest energy from you to try to recreate a whole new persona, a persona that they talk shit about, a persona that they rejected, a way of life that they rejected. You know, they kind of have this like fake transparency where they try to reveal some type of like fake vulnerability or something like that, in order to reestablish trust. They will come back around, like after you break contact with a narcissist and you guys link back up again, all of a sudden, you know, they start to re-idolize you. I'm in my mind. See, I like to do social experiments, okay? Because I'm more fascinated by the shit than I am offended. I like to do social experiments on people, and I just like to just say certain things and then just look at them and be like, interesting. Um, so it's kind of like, you know, just like how a narcissist don't look at somebody like they're a person. It's like when a person is afflicted like that, non-empaths and people who are narcissists, whatever, those kind of people, it's like I would just kind of like look at them like a science project. Like, you ain't looking at me like I'm a human, bitch. I'm not looking at you like you human either. I'm looking at you like an experiment. You know, you a fucking experiment, motherfucker. That's what you is to me. But anyway, I'm gonna go into my story time. Okay, let me put my charger in. Let me get my lighter too. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Yes, Lord. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Anyways, it smelled like a sweet barbecue. That's cool. So anyway, so okay, let me get into my story time, right? So I like I said, I look at people like social experiments and things like that. And I like to just see how far shit gonna go. Because when people come to me and they like trying to act like they on the same shit that I'm on and blah 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 blah, I'm like, okay, let's put it to the motherfucking test. I'll be the judge of that bitch. So let's see. Um but eventually it'll take time before the mask will start to crack with the narcissist. It'll take time. For me, it took about 6 months. Okay, 6 months or less, for the mask to finally crack. Okay, and you end up cracking their code. So I'll give you one example from a couple of years ago. I was working at this call center in Wilshire, and I met this guy, and he looking back, he was definitely one of those people that, like, I knew he was bisexual. Like, I had like a little, like, he had like a kind of like a feminine type of attitude, but he grew up with his mother. He didn't know his father and that kind of stuff or whatever. And then me and we met at a call center. I ended up talking to his friend. Well, he said that was his friend. See, this is about the downplaying shit. Okay. So let me tell you this. Okay, so we all start together. We all come in together. So this is like telemarketing in LA. Picture it, Los Angeles, 2013. So we all come in together and like we getting trained together, all this stuff. So all of a sudden, okay, both of the boys' name is I don't give a fuck about them. Both of them were named Chris. Fuck them both. No, no. I hope everything is well with them and all that good stuff. You know, I'm turning a new leaf here. God damn it. But anyways. So anyway, we all come in together. We all woo, woo, woo. So somehow uh the first, I'm gonna say Chris, number one Chris, number two Chris. So number one Chris ended up getting fired because he didn't meet his quota. He was supposed to get like 5 sales straight out of training, or you have to get five sales in the training room before they take you to the actual sales floor. So for those who work at this place, I forgot what it's called, but it's a home improvement place off of 4th and Wilshire. For those who live in LA, right? I don't even know if it's probably still in business. But they have at the time they had the bronze room. That was the first room that you go to after training. So you had the bronze room, then you had the silver room. Once you start making over like 10 sales, 7 sales, they're like, oh, okay, you can go to the silver room. And then they had the gold room. That's where the people make real good money, real, like they get really good commission and things like that. These are people that are just like meeting, like surpassing their quota almost every day. Okay. And so what's his name? Chris, number one, Chris ended up getting fired because he didn't meet the requirements. He didn't get the 5 sales, and something he had happened. I think he had, you know what? I think now I remember what happened. He said something that he wasn't supposed to say to the customer because we had to take calls in the training room, and the guy snatched off his headset. And I guess he got upset, or he talked to me at a pep talk with him, and then after lunch, the boy, he left. He didn't come back. So let me tell you about this narcissist. Both of them motherfuckers are narcissists, but Chris number two, a big one, a big feminine ass fucking narcissist. Just typical niggas that be around Long Beach, LA, got an effeminate attitude because they raised by their dusty ass pick me mother, that type of shit. No disrespect to his mother, because his mother, I think I only met her once. She was cool. She from the Virgin Islands or whatever. She cool. I don't know what the fuck she did with that. She just must have like really enabled him, and he just pick up a lot of feminine ways. It is what it is. But when it came to gay people, and I may had conversation and stuff like that, he would always make up his face and have this like look of disgust on his face. And usually when guys be like that, that's because because to me, it's like if you're secure in your sexuality as a man, secure in your sexuality as a woman, gay people, trans people, they not gonna fucking bother your ass if they not infringing on your rights or your kids' rights. Why the fuck is you worried about it, right? Let people do them. But he was just like, I forgot what conversation we was having, but he was just like he would just like screw up his face whenever I would mention like RuPaul's Drag Race, or me going to Hamburger Mary's, or me being in the mix and hanging out with the gays. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? Anyway, so let me tell you how narcissists be exaggerating shit. Damn, I gotta tell my business. All right, let me tell you how niggas be narc niggas be exaggerating their friendships and shit. So when Chris first see me, when number one Chris saw me, he liked me first. Okay. He was looking at me, and I could tell he was trying to talk to me and all this stuff, but I didn't know any of his tea. Okay. These two guys came to work together, and I came in along with them, and we all got trained together. So I'm talking to Chris, and we spend the whole day talking to, because all three of us became cool. We all was talking, whatever. So during lunch break, after number one Chris left, they gave him his check and he gone. Me and Chris and number two Chris, Me and number two, Chris, we ended up spending lunch together. He was like, "Oh man, they fired my boy. That's my boy, my boy. Yeah, that's my nigga. Oh my god." Like this is how he was talking. He was just like, "Yeah, that's my nigga. Yo, oh my god, like, oh my god, they fired him. That's my boy." And he was just talking about what happened. He's like, "Yeah, the trainer dude, I forgot his name. He was like, yeah, he just snatched the headphones off of him, and we was just talking about that, tripping off of that or whatever." And we were just like, we made our quota. I got 6 sales, he got 7 sales or whatever. So we made it on the bronze floor, and we started hanging out together. So that's when me and him started hanging out, becoming work homies. So like I said, he was exaggerating the fuck out of the relationship, made it seem like they were best friends, that they knew each other for a while. They lived near each other or next to each other. They knew each other's friends and all this other stuff. He made it seem like they was like this. All right. So fast forward, me and number one Chris, and that's a funny story. Wasn't funny at the time, but bitch, it's funny now. But there's a I'm gonna bring it up in another video. But basically, long story short, number one Chris turned out to be a fucking lie-ass motherfucker. Okay, he was a lying-ass motherfucker. And number two Chris knew the tea, but I think that he was being spiteful because I went to him first or whatever. And I guess he was like, well, I ain't finna tell her, da da da, just like a bitch. Just like a bitch. So boom, right? So yeah. So he ended up being a liar, and he lied about this like shit that you just don't lie about. Okay, he lied. And all of a sudden, okay, number two Chris, mind you, so he's like, after I stopped talking to number one Chris, number two Chris was still kind of in contact with me here and there. We actually ended up applying. We actually stayed at that job together for like a few months, and then we ended up moving to another job because they was about to kick us out because we didn't make our quota. It was starting to get real cutthroat on the sales floor. So I was like, yo, I said, I already found this other job. Yo, I said, come on, let's go. We went to the interview together. We got the job together, went to lunch. We became work homies, and he was a good looking guy. Let me tell you something. Chris was a good looking guy, and he knew he was good looking. And that's why his attitude was so stank. Oh, it outed. He knew he was good looking. That's why his attitude was so fucking stank, stush, like just like a male diva. But he was good looking to the point where girls would be jealous of us because he was my friend. He was like more of like a work friend or a work homie or whatever. I didn't look at him in that way, and I think that bothered him. And the reason why I didn't look at him in that way at that time was because I knew that there was something about him was a little bit off, like, you know, like he's a little feminine for my taste. I'm an alpha woman. I'm a little bit of a butch queen. Okay, I used to be a tomboy, so I like extreme masculinity in a man. Like, you have to be able to like be alpha just like me, or more alpha, like, put me in my place only in the bedroom. You can't put me in my place outside of the bedroom, but in the bedroom, you can be the bedroom bully. I don't have no problem with that, honey. Okay. But outside the bedroom, bitch, who the fuck you talking to like that, But anyway, but yeah. So, yeah, he was just a little feminine for my taste, but he was cool. He was good looking. He knew how to kind of cover it up a little bit because I don't even understand how women, I think he knew how to cover it up a little, and he showed more feminine ways around me because he was comfortable around me. But he, like I said, he's a good looking guy, well dressed and everything like that. And like I said, when I used to eat lunch with him and hang out with him and stuff like that on the job, girls used to be like, like that, And he'd be like, I'm like, damn, Chris, girls is just jealous because I'm walking with you, Chris. And he liked it, that shit. He liked it, that shit. He really did. I was like, damn, I'm like, these bitches looking at me like they want to tear me apart. Like, they could walk up and talk to us. I'm not your girl. Like, he had to keep telling people that, that's not my girl. And I'm like, yo, nah, that's not my nigga. Oh. And he would get offended. What you mean by that? Anyway, So fast forward, I didn't talk to no more on Chris no more. I found out he lied about a lot of stuff. So I dropped him, and then all of a sudden two Chris come around, and like he's trying to act like he ends up telling me the whole tea. He ended up telling me the whole tea and saying that he liked me and blah blah blah. And then he ended up telling me about the boy, like confirming my suspicions and stuff like that of what I found out on the social media about him and all this stuff. Now this nigga downplaying the relationships. Now this nigga like, oh, I ain't never knew him. Something. I think they must have had an issue with each other, and probably had to do with me, or maybe or me coupled with other issues they may have had with each other. But this nigga immediately starts to downplay his relationship. He's like, oh, I don't know him. I just met him on the job. I just met him. I was like, wait a minute, my nigga. You said that you knew him. You was like, oh, that's my boy. We talked about it the whole lunch. Our lunch is about an hour. You talked about this shit for a whole motherfucking hour. We was outside eating, having our little cigarette, drinking our little beer, eating our little food on Wilshire. Nigga, I remember distinctively what you said. You said, that's my boy. Yeah, my nigga. Oh, my boy. Oh, my boy. So now he's not your boy anymore, Chris, right? Now he's not your boy anymore. He's like, oh, I don't know him. I just met him at the job with you. I know I just met him. I met him on the train on the way over there. Like, he live around the neighborhood. I know of him. I know his homies. His homies know my homies, but I don't really fuck with him like that. And da-da-da. All of a sudden, two narcissists. All of a sudden, right? But anyway, he ended up to be very phony. And that's another motherfucker. Ooh, I got a lot of story times for y'all. I end up I was in a situation where me and him almost got into it. Me and him almost fought. He tried to invite me to a party, but for some reason Spirit intercepted it because I was gonna go. I was going by myself. He was like, "Oh, you can come hang out with me and my friends." I think he was planning on starting some shit with me in front of all his friends and this, that, and the third. Um, Something about his energy was off. He sounded really phony and a little bit too interested in what I was doing, a little bit too interested in me. And obviously I'm a dope motherfucker, but you could kind of tell when people's interest of you is not very like sincere. They kind of more just want to like, they want to see how you are when you're angry. Like, let me press her buttons. Let me provoke her a little bit. Let me say this and just like, that type of thing too. He was probably looking at me like I was a social experiment,